The rose. Ironic that I use math at a time like this, when it was a math class that got me into all this trouble in the first place. Reliving all these dreams every week is almost as exhausting as having them in the first place. Talking about them doesn't make anything better. Adam? Dr. Jameson has lost interest in my silence again and turns to him. She's about 50 years old, and her faded blonde hair that hangs down to her waist is always braided. She wears flowy, multicolored hippie skirts and mismatched tops every time I see her. Sometimes I want to ask her if she has a joint, just to see what she says.
Tina,
he says softly. I stare out the window at the playground that sits empty at the park across the street.
It was just Tina.
Who's Tina?
She was a friend from home. We grew up next door to each other. She was in town that weekend visiting friends from our high school that went to college with me. That's all.
That's all. It's only 2 words, but they sound so condescending every time I hear them. It tells me that everything I'm either dreaming or remembering is made up or a half-truth of what the real-life events actually were. It tells me that I'm being an idiot for believing them over my boyfriend who loves me, or so I've been told. Maybe I'd believe them if I remembered Adam at all. Amy, does hearing this make you feel better? I shrug and cross my arms over my stomach, flinching as my muscles tighten along the gash on my right side that is slowly healing. Nothing makes me feel better anymore because I can't remember anything that's happened in the last 2 years. I have no idea if he's lying or being honest. It's fine.
Fine?
Adam's voice carries a hint of anger. He flexes his fingers wide open and rubs them down the tops of his thighs. He drops his head, shakes it once, then 2 times, and releases a loud breath. Kelsey keeps telling me that he's so great and kind and patient and funny and smart and blah, blah, blah. I've been hearing it for weeks now, and I'm so tired of it. All I see when I look at him is frustration and anger mixed with a little bit of pain. Are we done? I want to go home. We have at least 20 minutes left in our session, but they're not helping. I've been told for the last several weeks that my memory could return at any moment. Before I left the hospital, my neurologist, Dr. Hassan, told me that my memories could return gradually over time. Or everything I've forgotten about the last 2 years could come rushing into my brain like an avalanche within a split second. When he said that, the only thing I could think was that I hoped I wasn't driving at the time. Doesn't really seem like a safe place to be when an avalanche hits my brain, and I think I've fulfilled my accident quota for my lifetime. I think it'd be better if it happened while I was awake. Instead, they come to me at night as dreams, and I have no idea what's true and what isn't until I have to sit here and talk about them with my new therapist, dissecting them over and over again. How do I know if they're true? And how do I know if I'm supposed to trust the guy explaining everything to me? He may dress nice, and we might live together, but every time I close my eyes, I see a different version of him than the one everyone else sees during the day. And what in the hell am I supposed to do with that? One more thing before you leave today, Amy. Dr. Jameson is smiling. She always smiles, regardless of what is said. She has to get stoned. I have an assignment for you this week. I raise an eyebrow and cradle my casted, broken arm with my free hand. I want you to ask Adam one question this week about something you guys did for the first time. Adam tilts his head to the side.
The first time?
His cheeks are pink, and I think he might be embarrassed. Of course he would think about sex. That seems to be the only thing the guy in my dreams does think about. Dr. Jameson just smiles. I frown. Any first time. First date, first phone call, whatever. Just ask him to describe something you think you'd want to know about. Okay? I shrug and shift my weight to my good foot. I got a walking cast put on my left foot earlier this week, and it's easier to move around now, but still uncomfortable by the end of the day.